After quite a nice run leading into the ETH ETF, I'm sure most of your portfolios look something like this, something like a big red downturn, or on the bottom line, as you can see, all of the tokens below that are showing red days. But to be completely honest with you, I think after the ETH ETF, there was probably a predicted dip from this, and history doesn't always repeat itself, but it definitely rhymes. And I want to go over exactly why this is happening, but why I also think it's a great opportunity, and we likely see a surge and a major bounce from this in the coming weeks, especially from the liquidity just purely that is coming into the market now because of both the Bitcoin and ETH ETF and some other catalysts. I'm going to go over some altcoins that I think are just amazing buys at these levels, as well as some gaming news. So let's jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, like the video down below and subscribe to the channel. We're on a race for 100,000 subscribers, and I really want to hit it by the end of August, end of September. So guys, help us out down below, like and subscribe. And a quick shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. We have Vulcan Forge, we have Ultra, Moon Tropica, Dreams Quest, NordVPN, and Real Fever. And then shout out to all of our exchange partners as well. We have Blowfin, we have Avo, we have Bybit, we have BitGet. So I'll talk about all those here at the end of the show. But let's just dive right into it. If we go look at the watch list for today, not too pretty, obviously. We have Bitcoin down another 2% today. We're under 65K. We have Ethereum here at 3,165, down 7% on the day. We actually have TON at around 650. That is such a cheap price, I think, for TON, in my opinion. But we'll talk about all that here in just a second. But obviously, the main topic is why this dip is occurring. Well, number one, we had $1.1 trillion liquidated from the stock market yesterday. We had $100 million liquidated, I believe, this morning or overnight in the crypto market as well. We're down 7% on the day on Ethereum. We're nearing that 3,000 mark, which is absolutely crazy to me. But this is honestly a tale as old as time, right? We look at the 1 month chart here, and we see just this major just a huge upswing here from 2,800 up to 3,500 before the ETF. And we've seen a typical buy the rumor, sell the news event. This is, like I said, a tale as old as time, but I'll go over in just a second why I think that this is actually nothing to worry about and probably ends up being a super bullish catalyst for us in the long term. I love what Becker says here. Always nice to wake up to my life savings imploding like an Arby's fart dump first thing at 3 a.m. Thank you, market. Crippling poverty is quite the motivator. You like my Tony Robbins, bruv. And then we see K Money, who's a big MOG advocate. Portfolio down multiple 7 figs. Vibes are still up. I'm bullish AF long term. Yeah, and I am too. Look, at the end of the day, I like this tweet from Miles as well. Honestly, this ETH dip is not surprising, and it's not. Like, this is completely, in my opinion, something that we all could have seen coming after the ETH ETF. Honestly, this ETH dip is not surprising. When the Bitcoin spot ETF first launched, it dropped 20% in 14 days. And I showed you guys this chart on an earlier show this week. For the fact of the matter is, we go to the 1 year, and we showed this on the last chart, or on the last show. It got up to 73 here. We dipped all the way down to 57%, that 20% dip, and then we rocketed back up to 71K. I think we probably see something similar here. Bitcoin proceeded to rally 91% in 51 days. If anything, this pullback is an opportunity. And when we look at the inflows, 590 million, the outflows 484 million. So the net inflows about 106.6 million. This was on the first day of the ETH ETF. The supply increase of ETH this year is 155 million. The demand in 1 day is almost the same as the supply in 2024. Bullish. And I couldn't agree more. Like, I honestly predict something similar where we have a dip here temporarily, big buy the rumor, sell the news event. We see the stock market kind of capitulating, but at the same time, I see this being such a bullish catalyst for us long term, and especially for altcoins. So right now, I think it's a great opportunity. Crypto God John points out that the largest and final repayment of Mt. Gox Bitcoin also went out today. So one of the biggest black cloud scenarios for Bitcoin is now behind us. Shakeout from the repayments was expected. A lot more more reasons to be bullish than bearish. And then we see Donald Trump raising over $4 million in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency in campaign donations. So a lot of good things going on in crypto, despite actually what we're seeing in the price action. And this ETF stuff, this is totally normal. It would be even weirder if we had just continued going through Valhalla and during these time periods. But what's funny is, like, there are people on Twitter that are like, the ETH ETF was supposed to change everything. Now it's dipping. We're all doomed. It's like, how long have you been in crypto? For a week? Like, buy the rumor, sell the news is in every market at the end of the day. People buy up leading up to an event, and there's a sell-off on the event. It also happened that there was a huge stock market liquidation the same day. And these ETFs, they flow with the same exact customer base that's involved in those stock capitulations. So at the same time, we can't expect that much in one day, but the compound effect of this over time, as we saw with the Bitcoin ETF, is what we're going to see with the ETH ETF. I think it's a no-brainer. So we look at right now the watch list and the charts. I mean, we go on the daily. There's only a couple things swimming. Really, meme coins. We have Wolf. We have Lil Bub. We see a couple things above water. But now we're looking at most of the watch list on the daily absolutely in the red. I mean, this is 128 tokens on this list, guys. And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tokens in the green of these 120. So the likelihood is that your positions today are looking not the best, but I think this provides us a great opportunity. We filter to the ones that have been hit the hardest, and we'll talk about these in just a second. I'm going to go through a little bit of market news, and then we're going to jump into the tokens that I think are the best buys as of today. Biggest news in the gaming space today is Illuvium. Their global launch is coming up July 25th, 6 p.m. UTC. Literally, as I'm recording this launches in 5 minutes. So by the time this video is out, you will be able to go jump in to Illuvium, all 3 of their experiences right now. So that's going to be absolutely awesome. I think it's a big moment for crypto gaming. It's a game that people have been waiting on for multiple years. If it wasn't for the market downturn, I think that Illuvium's token would have been probably reacting quite well to the anticipation. Maybe a buy the rumor, sell the news event as well. But at the same time, it's 69. It's not getting hit actually as hard as most other tokens. Over the month time, you can actually see there was an upswing leading into launch, but the market just kind of went to crap around this time period. So big shout out to Illuvium. I think that they can really turn the tides in the space. A game that's been building for multiple years. People were waiting on this experience. Now it's finally here. If this thing impresses, the gaming narrative could kick up, because Illuvium, despite it's an old cycle game, is it going to pump? Like �y'Axie had a huge pump. But now it's kind of a dead token. I'm not going to say it's a dead game, because it's not. But Illuvium, they haven't had their product this whole time, and I think it still rings the bell for most people in the space. If Illuvium crushes this launch, it could really set off another gaming catalyst. We also see gaming tokens gaining popularity with Coinbase. This is big in my opinion. We see Block Lords with a successful launch yesterday. I think it's at like $180 million fully diluted market cap. There wasn't much marketing leading into this, but they got a Coinbase listing on day one. Now, other tokens with Coinbase listings like Pirate from Pirate Nation and Carrot from My Pet Hooligan have done very well. I'm pretty interested. Let me filter here by market cap so I can find this token. Actually, I think I just saw it. Hang on. Yeah, there it is. Right now, we're looking at a $179 million market cap. Personally speaking, I'm interested to see if this can do similar price action to Pirate and Carrot for the fact that it is on Coinbase. So we will see. But the meta seems to be these coins that get on Coinbase on gaming in this current part of the market. They've been performing well. So I'm excited to come back to this in about a month or two and just see the price action on Lords. And a big shout out to their team for a successful launch. We see Moon Tropica, and they are a sponsor of the show, guys. But when I tell you, this is one of the most fun games. I was even on a stream this morning and just talking to some friends, and it's one of these games we have to hop into as a group. And I need to play this on stream with you guys because whenever I see the animations, the meme ability, the player versus player, they have all the characters, Trump, Biden, Becker, Elio, Crypto God John. They have all the different merch and swag. And you can just see, I can tell you, this is one of the most memeable, fun games to play with a group of people. They launched their trailer yesterday, as you can see here. And as I said, the game is legitimately one of the best times I've had playing with friends out of 99% of games I've touched in crypto. Kaboom. And that leads me into the first token I actually think is super cheap as of today, and that is Moon Tropica. 50 mil fully diluted, 32 mil on the market cap. This is one, when it pumps explosively. And I think people forget, we look here, this thing got up to $50. You're looking at $14 as of now. I think this is definitely a buy in this portion of the market. So that's one token that I'm definitely looking at. The other is the 𝗏 ecosystem. Like, I'm buying up 𝗏 and 𝗏coin like crazy right now. 𝗏 Station Games from 𝗨𝗟𝗧, which this is also bullish for 𝗨𝗟𝗧. Like, they have literally gotten so many more users into their ecosystem from building with 𝗏. They just launched Hamster Combat in their 𝗏 Station launcher. You can start farming the soon rewards now if you're using 𝗏 Station Games. And a little update for 𝗨𝗟𝗧 is the new build for Xena Alpha continues this week. New iOS build, prize pool of 50,000 soon, and that's for the 𝗏 Station. And then we see extra $3,000 in 𝗨𝗟𝗧 for the top 100. You can jump into Xena at the link here, and you can start farming a platform in 𝗏 Station, which is incubated by 𝗨𝗟𝗧. This has literally 4 million users in a month. There's not many games and not many platforms out there other than Telegram that makes this possible. And just like earlier in the week, I told you 1.5 cents or so. Right now we're sitting at the same exact price basically that it was the other day whenever I mentioned it. And 1.3 cents on not. This is an absolute buy for me. We're seeing the entire 𝗏 ecosystem take a hit. We see Resistance Dog down quite a bit. We see 𝗏 down. We see not down. I'm doubling up on my not position. I would absolutely be stacking at this point in time. So Moon Tropica and not coin are two that I'm super high on right now. And for those of you who have been waiting on what I think is the best game we have seen in crypto so far, Off the Grid is opening the doors for everyone. You can actually jump in, and if you meet the hardware and location requirements, you will directly receive a key for the PC version. This is absolutely bullish. More people can go in, check out Off the Grid, see how high quality it is. This is the game that turns the tides as far as mainstream adoption for crypto gaming. So just super excited when it comes to this. And then if I'm looking at my watch list here, like Gala and Beam and Ronin haven't really, like, Ronin's under $2. That's a great position to get into right now. Beam has been pretty stable, like minus 5% on the day, 4% on the week. So, I mean, it's not really much of a dip opportunity there. If I was to be picking up some memes today, it would be Mog and Ponky. I think Prime at $7. This is an absolute steal, but more so than anything, this is the time to just stack up on those plays that you have been most bullish on. Like Avalanche, I had mentioned last show, one of my favorite buys. Under $30, I'd be buying up Avalanche, not coin. I'd be buying up more Sol and 𝗏. If I'm looking down the ladder here, I'm looking at Ronin, Mog, Ponky. I still think Super under 70 cents is a super, really good buy. No pun intended, super there. Echelon Prime around $7. And then Moon Tropica, just everything going on in that ecosystem. I think that they're going to really catch a bid here in the coming months whenever that game does go public. But more than anything, almost everything is a good position right now because of the red days and just the fear in the market. The thumbnail, right? It's like everyone's panicking out there. Their bags are down. My portfolio's not looking the best. It's literally, this is an anticipated thing with the buy the rumor, sell the news on the ETFs. And if history repeats itself, and sometimes it doesn't, but like I said, it does rhyme a lot of the time, we should see a nice uptick from this in the next coming week or so. We just have to stomach the volatility for now. And if you need to stomach the volatility in the market, there are other opportunities. Simon from Goat Gaming dropped some absolute gems about how he thinks that Telegram is one of the biggest opportunities since Facebook gaming, and everything that they have going on in their ecosystem. You can start farming the Goat Gaming token now, which I've highly recommended for weeks at this point for you guys to start doing. If you didn't catch that show last Saturday, check it out. But now their upcoming Goat Gaming NFT mint is here. It is a free mint. This is 3,333 Genesis goats leading the charge to greatness. So their mint is coming up right around the corner. And I have to say, it's one of the ecosystems that I am just incredibly bullish on and you need to be farming. And then I wanted to point this out because we've talked about 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 quite a bit on this show. But what I think people overlook is you don't even have to hold 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Like, you can connect to the 𝗨𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 Foundation, which is for their airdrop, and you can get leaderboard points for other NFTs from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Pixelvault, Pixelmon, Pirate Nation, any of the 𝗨𝗟𝗧𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 have Super Champs, Goat Gaming on here. So it's one of those ecosystems you actually don't even have to own an Infinigods. Go farm this, complete some of the challenges. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. I know Bry and the team over here are absolutely cooking, so go check this out as well. And I know I've mentioned a few times, the software that I use on these shows, I always see comments down below. What are you using? How can I access it? This is called Nexus. It's actually a software that I have been building out. You know, you can track your entire portfolio. You can go over the entire crypto market. You can make watch lists. You can track the entire NFT market as well. And there's a launchpad component, much more features being built out. We are launching here very soon to the public, so you will be able to get your hands on this in the coming weeks. We're gamifying investments. We're rewarding our early adopters. There's a great referral program here, and it is really the all-encompassing platform for anyone that's investing in the crypto market. So just keep your eyes out for that. And a quick update for our sponsors here on In the Game. We have Ultra, which, you know, their Ultra Arena is really one of the most thriving esports platform in the entire industry as far as Web3 gaming. And they're actually doing a collaboration here for their arena with Magicraft. Magicraft is an OG in the space as well. Get ready for the first ever Magicraft Arena League with $3,000 in prizes. So you can go check that out in the Ultra link down below. And then I want to give a quick shout out to our exchange partners. I know a lot of people, number one, you might live in a jurisdiction that it's hard to get your hands on a centralized exchange for leverage trading. Number two is you want somewhere you can trust. And Blowfin has just absolutely been crushing it. Their metrics, the amount of liquidity custodied, etc., the amount of pairs that they have listed is very stellar, and you don't have to KYC. So if you're in the US, you can actually jump in here on Blowfin and trade without KYC restrictions, pardon me. And then we see here AVO. You can trade options, perps, and strategies all in one place. This is a decentralized exchange. So if you want to hold your money on your MetaMask or whatever the case is, you can trade here all the same options that you would get from a centralized exchange while currently custodying your own crypto. So you can check both of those out down below in the links in the description. And that's going to do it for today. I think that the panic is overblown. And look, the dip is expected. The ETF stuff it's always happens from everything we've seen in crypto. I think that we will see a huge bounce back from this. You just have to stay patient and have conviction in your highest quality projects and your portfolio. So like the video, subscribe down below, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. As always, play well, my friends.